Hello and what is going on, everyone, and welcome back to another video here on the So as promised in the reaction video, we are here to discuss and review episode 1 of season 15, A Big Splash for Ninjago. So before we get into the video, if you guys would like to leave a like and subscribe, that'd be much appreciated, or if you guys want to wait till after the video, you can do that. But without further ado, let's roll that intro and get right into this review. First thing I want to bring up is the beginning of the episode. Now, this doesn't seem like it has a lot to do with Season 14, the island. I know a lot of us were thinking that Seasons 14 and 15 would be very much connected, kind of like how Sons of Garmadon, Hunted, and March of the Oni were very much connected as a whole trilogy and just played off each other right off the bat. But this doesn't seem to be going that direction besides a few mentions of the island. Now, to start off the action, it kind of starts off like a lot of the seasons have been starting out. We get a bit of an action scene at the beginning, nothing too fancy, but one thing that really did get me excited was that we get more of what's going on with the Vengestone buyer, which that was a plot that started in season 15, and I'm now really getting excited and hoping that it could be possibly Pythor or Garmadon who is buying the Vengestone. We haven't seen Pythor since, I believe, Day of the Departed, which, wow, it's been a while since we've seen Pythor in that case. Yeah, since 2016, so it's been a while since we've seen Pythor, and we could use some more Pythor in this series, and I think the Vengestone buyer could be the perfect opportunity to bring Pythor back into the series. But other than that, nothing too big about the Vengestone buyer other than just some Vengestone being in the episode being smuggled, which you could assume is going to the buyer, which hopefully is Pythor. Now, in this fight, Nia does end up losing her control over her powers, which I found was awfully quick for the first, minute or so, 3 minutes of the episode. I thought it would be a little more in that Nia would slowly start losing control of her powers, but they just kind of hop right into it, which brings up a little bit of an issue I've had with this episode in some of the Wild Brand Ninjago seasons, is that some of the episodes do get a little bit of a rushed pacing, and we kind of just rush into the main plot of the story instead of taking our time with it like we used to back, in the original 10 seasons. This episode does also feel like it changes a lot of the lore of it out of nowhere, kind of, by Wu saying that water and wind aren't an element now, and they come from Wajira instead of being like a full elemental power from the first Spinjitzu master, which would sort of make sense on how Nia didn't get her powers from Lloyd, but I also find issue with this have not being brought up in past seasons if this was always the case originally. In this episode, Wu also brings up the ancient sea people, which I also have a little bit of an issue with that, as Wu says they were here before my father came here. But if I'm not correct, all the way back in the pilot, Wu says the first Spinjitzu master created Ninjago. Whether that mean the island or the entire place itself, that could be interpreted differently. I saw it as he created everything, but I could very much be wrong on that. That's just a little minor nitpick there. Moving along, we get some kind of cool, funny little shots of Nia losing control of her powers and things in their monastery just kind of blowing up. And I gotta say, I love that the monastery is still there since season 10, I believe it was put there. I like that they're not changing up the locations just for some new set. And Ray and Maya are back, which means we get to hear Julian Michaels return, who originally voiced Lloyd for the first 7 seasons of Ninjago. So that's a pretty cool thing that we do get with this season. And to end off this review, there was a little bit of rush pacing at the end where the episode just kind of ended abruptly, which kind of bugged me a little bit, but we do get another episode immediately afterwards, which kind of can make up for that. So all in all, I wouldn't say this was a terrible episode. Definitely not the best episode Ninjago has ever put out there, and definitely not the best episode from the Wild Brain Ninjago that we have gotten, but still all in all a decent episode with some minor nitpicks and pacing issues here and there. Overall, I'd give this episode a 5 out of 10 stars if we were to put this on a number basis. It was a good episode, but it definitely could have been better if you fixed a lot of things. That being said, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Be sure to let me know what you guys thought down below of this episode. If you guys do want to see my reaction to it, link will be at the end card in just a few minutes, or link will be in the description below. My review for episode 2 should be up in just a couple minutes after this review goes up, so be on the lookout for that. And as usual, my Instagram, Twitter, and everything will be down below if you guys want to go give a follow on those and check out what I'm watching. The reaction from My Hero Academia should be up today or already be up by now if you guys are interested in that. And as usual, I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.